So far, you have been writing the HTML elements, but one question may arise is how do I remember all of these elements, this P and BR and HR and span, and there are so many others probably, right? And that's a great question. There are many of them. So the fact of the matter is that over here in the cheat sheet, I've provided the most commonly used HTML elements. And in this course, we're going to go through all of them. All right. So you're gonna be able to make very fancy websites just with that. Now, besides that, let's say if you want more information, this is a cheat sheet that I want to tell you about. So if you just go to your Chrome and just do HTML reference, and I'm going to provide a link as well. And you want to ignore this W3 schools and the HTML reference. This is the one I'm talking about, Mozilla developer.mozilla.org. So basically, Mozilla is the same organization that created the Firefox browser. But what else they're doing is that they are collecting a very, very good resource of all things technology, all things web technology. So they have a great reference on JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and others as well. So if you simply scroll down, it's gonna give you the different elements that you use in HTML. So let's say the HTML element that we're gonna look into, link, meta, title, style, body, and it's all organized by different sections. So of course, right now it may not make sense to you, but as you finish the course, all of this is going to make sense, and you can simply look over here. Let's say you want to look at the article, you can simply click over here and it's going to give you a very handy example on how to use the article and what it's going to do. So do not worry about it right now. This is just a reference that you want to bookmark. And one more rule that I want to very, very emphasize is that you do not want to commit to memory anything that can be looked up in a book. That's a quote by Albert Einstein. He says, do not commit to memory anything that can be looked up in a book. Same concept applies in HTML or any coding language that you're learning. You do not want to memorize these things. I have never memorized it. Whenever I want to look up something, I simply Google it. I look at the authentic sources, just like Mozilla's documentation or some other websites, depending on what technology I'm looking into. I look at Stack Overflow. That's a very handy website as well. Stack Overflow is a question and answer website for developers. So if you have a particular question, you can just simply look up the questions over here, and I simply just Google it. So let's say if I want to say HTML paragraph, and it's going to just tell me like p tag should be used, right? Whatever. So that's a handy resource. Mozilla Firefox Mozilla documentation is a very good resource, and you have this handy cheat sheet that I'm providing you. So that's something you can use as well. So do not attempt to memorize. These concepts are gonna automatically ingest in your brain the more you use it. The more you practice, the more it's going to become second nature. So that's pretty much it for this video. I'm gonna talk to you in the next.